Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this digitally driven world dominated by Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and many other apps, I feel like almost every other person wants to be a great photographer. So I thought it would be interesting if we spoke about 3 main mistakes that all rookie photographers end up making in the beginning of their journey. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you learn a few tips and become a better image maker as a result. Let's go. First biggest mistake that a lot of beginner photographers end up making is overexposing their highlights. And by overexposing their highlights, I usually mean an exposure in the photograph that is not being controlled properly. It does lower your production quality and it makes your image look a lot more amateur. Therefore, you want to watch out for your highlights or the brightest area in your images. Typically, it could be represented by the sky. Let's say you're shooting outside. It could be a bridal gown dress. It could be even simply the skin tones in your portrait. Instead of just talking about it, let's jump into the Lightroom so I could show you what the overexposed highlights look like and how to fix it. This right here is a prime example. As you can see, the sky doesn't have any details, as well as the reflection in the water. It's quite blown out. And the only details we could see are in the shadows, which is not acceptable, to be honest with you. Let's move on to our next photo. So now it does look a little bit better. As you can see, the sky has details and the water has some detail in it as well. It does look a little too dark, but I'd say this photo was mainly exposed for the sky, and this is what should it look like. So if you shoot raw, you should have no problem manipulating the file and just adjusting the shadows a little bit. As you could see now, it helps me bring out the details as much as I want to, and I think this is probably where I'm just gonna leave it. I could keep fine-tuning this image as much as I want to, but overall I'd say this is probably where I kind of want to have it. Of course, there are a lot more things that I could do to it, like apply a filter or something, but for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna leave it at that. This does look like a properly exposed photograph, and this is kind of what you should aim for. RAW files is the most common uncompressed image data file format produced directly by the sensor of your camera. Shooting RAW versus JPEG is going to give you a better control over your image exposure and post-production process. If you own a DSLR or mirrorless camera, technically you should be able to control the file format of your images. Simply by going into your menu system, you should be able to control file format and change it yourself. Beware, RAW files are typically large in size and they do require some post-processing in Photoshop or Lightroom before they could be viewed just like the regular JPEGs. Third and last mistake that I see a lot of beginner photographers make is focusing too much attention on buying the latest and greatest gear. Great photography was always more about the moment, composition, and lighting combined all together in one image. Over the years of doing photography, I learned from a personal experience that you should truly focus on the quality of your image making opposed to the gear. Nowadays, even an iPhone can produce pretty good results, and it truly doesn't matter what kind of camera you operate with. Knowing how to take a great image is priceless. I recommend each and every one of you watching this video right now to just get out there and start creating, no matter what camera you have at the moment. Remember, your best photograph should always be the one you're yet to take. I really hope that you guys learned something new in this video today, and I suggest that you use these quick 3 tips as a sort of a starting guide on your photography journey. Just remember that practice makes everything perfect, so don't just sit there in front of your laptop and complain that you're not a good photographer. Get out there, grab a camera that you have right now, no matter how imperfect it is, and just start shooting. For those of you guys who made it till the end of this video, I do want to remind you to smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. It truly doesn't cost you a thing, and it means a great deal to me personally. Thank you for your support, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.